When I had a miscarriage, I felt nearly suffocated by the isolation of the experience. My loss was invisible to the outside world, and it never seemed like there was a good way to bring it up. Occasionally, though, someone who knew what had happened would pull me aside and quietly mention that they too had experienced miscarriage. I was always struck by our whispered tones, like I had just become part of a super secret society that no one wanted to belong to. My experience with miscarriage raised profoundly challenging questions for me, including, why can't we talk about this out in the open? According to national estimates, somewhere between 15 and 25% of recognized pregnancies end in miscarriage. Yet the topic occupies nearly taboo status within American culture, including the American theater. Aside from the occasional plot point or character backstory, miscarriage hasn't been directly explored in any major American play. Now, maybe this silence on miscarriage results from its categorization as a woman's issue, or maybe it's because talking about miscarriage also requires us to talk about sex, death, religion, science, women's bodies, when life begins, and the very definition of life itself. Yet the difficulty of the subject, its commonality and impact, allows theater to serve a valuable role in addressing it. Theater's ability to incorporate multiple perspectives and interdisciplinary approaches to an issue could allow us to publicly grapple with the difficult questions miscarriage poses. And so, for the last 2 years, I have been engaged in writing The Endurance of Light, exploring the complex nexus of miscarriage and trying to make it tangible, potent, and accessible. In the full-length play I've written, Sophie, a scientist, refuses to leave her bed. Instead, she spends her time lost in piles of books, attempting to discover the reason for her multiple miscarriages. Her husband and mother try to connect with her, unaware that her bedroom has become a surreal landscape where Sophie, along with Sir Ernest Shackleton and his ship the Endurance, find themselves perpetually trapped in the Antarctic ice. Along the way, Sophie is guided by Albert Einstein and Hildegard von Bingen, who help her navigate the mysterious forces threatening to trap her as past and present, faith and science collide. Attempting to explore the questions miscarriage poses, make visible a largely hidden event, and depict a woman's journey through the complex scientific and spiritual intersection of birth, life, and death requires the integration of diverse theatrical conventions. In the play, the traditional feminine realm of pregnancy and childbirth is intentionally aligned with a traditionally masculine tale of exploration. Contemporary realism is juxtaposed with surrealism. Real characters from a fictionalized present collide with imagined characters from the historical record. Past and present timelines overlap, intersect, and interrupt as each informs the other. I practice theater because of its capacity to confront, to agitate the imagination into seeing new possibilities. And in the case of miscarriage, like myriad other complex, confusing, or frightening topics, theater can help us name the questions that lurk in dark corners, in secret societies of human experience and culture, and bring them into the light.